Greetings, royal family. Welcome back to another review for Grown Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 2. Listen. Can somebody please tell Pep that she is pushing it? She is pushing it, yo. Who does she think she is sitting down little twist like she's like Griselda Blanco or something like that? Like, who did somebody put a battery in Pep's back? Yo, I'm telling you, this is episode 2 of the season, and Pep already is on top of my nerves. When the episode opened up, did you they did a flashback to where they left off last episode? Did you notice the music that was playing when Pep was coming down the stairs? Pep, ain't nobody scared of you, Pep. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Ooh. So the episode opens up with Egypt trying to prevent JoJo from leaving after he was bickering with Sam, right? So he ends up leaving. Him and his wife, they leave. As usual, Sam, he's putting on a dramatic production. Ain't nobody gonna yell at me about house. Whose house is it that y'all renting out there in Vegas? Is it Pep's? Is it yours? What's going on? At this point, it doesn't even matter. So Sam is putting on a dramatic production. You know, the party gets started. Everybody looks like they're having a good time. They sing happy birthday, cut the cake, yada, yada, right? Eric, he feels in his confessional, he feels that Sam is wrong. Yeah, as usual. What else is new? Eric also thinks that Sam has an air about him because he feels that he's hip hop royalty because he's with Egypt. Now, let me tell you what you guys are not going to do. You are not going to push this narrative that Sam is anything hip hop. Okay? You want to call him royalty. You want to call him Pep's son, adopted son. He ain't hip hop, and he damn sure ain't hip hop royalty. So we're not going to do that, Eric. Okay? We shift gears to a relief to my soul. A little bit of class and champs. So TT, she's trying on dresses. And she looks stunning in each gown that she put on. So Sean, her husband to be, his mom and his sister are there, as well as TT's mom and TT's sister, half sister, or whatever you want to call her. So it's all positive vibes, right? Now, this sister of hers, did they just bring her on the show to antagonize and irritate us viewers and TT? Because this is the second time, okay, since the season started, that she brought up Egypt and killed the vibe. Okay, I'm not here for that. So TT's trying on the dresses, and she asks, who's going to get married first, you or Egypt? Can y'all escort her out of here, please? And stop drinking up all the people them champagne, because it seems like that's what you came for. You didn't come to look at no dresses. You just came to drink champagne, and I'm over it. So TT at this point, she doesn't care about what Egypt is doing. She doesn't want to hear about Egypt. She's getting emotional. She's trying on her dresses. It's all about her, right? So she starts to get a little bit overwhelmed, and she gets emotional. And in her confessional, she just starts talking about how close Pep and Egypt were. And they were all close, and she just can't imagine them not being at her wedding. Now, remember, her mother, who is Pep's sister, is trying to get everybody together. But it doesn't look like they're filming together. Now, this is the second episode, but we don't even see TT's mama interacting with Pep. We didn't see her doing much of that last season. Anyway, so, TT's overwhelmed. Her wedding is coming up. She's probably got a lot on her mind. She's a new mom, and her half-sister is really getting on my damn nerves. So I can only imagine how much she's getting on TT's nerve. We shift gears to Little Twist. So he gets a text. Everybody is still in Vegas. The whole crew is still in Vegas, and they're at the house that Eric rented for everybody because, his cannabis business must be doing very well. So Little Twist gets a text from Pep wanting to meet up and talk. I started to feel my irritation meter go up, okay? Twist and the crew, they're pretty much curious, like, what does Pep want to meet with you about? Obviously, she wants to talk to him about the situation with Sam, right? Anyway, let's shift gears from that for a minute. Angela. How old is this man of hers, this boxer man? I could Google it, but I don't feel like it, right? He looks more mature. Maybe that's just his face. He's not an ugly guy, but here we go. Angela and her new man. So he's a boxer, and she met him through a friend. She likes boxing. He's a boxer. So I guess this is a match made in heaven. Okay, y'all know Angela moves very, very fast. So Daniel is his name. He's met Angela's son interesting before meeting Vanessa. And I find that very, very interesting. So Angela, she gives the excuse that, Nessa lives on the West Coast and she's on the East Coast and it's been hard to kind of coordinate a meetup. But then I said to myself, didn't JoJo meet Daniel? Ain't JoJo on the West Coast? Moving along, we see Tretch and Tyrann. They meet up. Now, I do have to say that I love how supportive Tretch appears to be when it comes to Tyrann. So Tretch and Tyrann, they're talking. Tyrann, he pretty much spills the details of what went on at Pep's party. And Tretch is like kind of vouching for Sam. Tretch irritated me, and he's on ice too. That's it. I understand he's a New Jersey native, repping Jersey all day. And I love my Jersey brothers and sisters. But no, you're on ice right along with Pep. Because y'all not going to annoy me throughout this entire season. Okay? So I'm cutting y'all off from the beginning. Tretch brings up the beef between Biggie and Tupac and how it ended. Right? I can't even believe that Tretch is somewhat comparing that situation to this playground play fight between JoJo and Sam. Or this bickering. War of words between JoJo and Sam. Tretch was in the industry and knows exactly why and what happened with Biggie and Pac. That just turned me all the way off. Today is Biggie's birthday. If you're watching this on May 21st, this is when I'm recording this. Today is Biggie's birthday. Shout out to the king of Brooklyn. Happy birthday, Big. So we shift gears to Vanessa. Okay. As usual, again, another season, she feels left out by Angela because Angela basically announced via social media that she was dating Daniel and she has yet to meet him. Now, Angela says that she wants to move to Miami because Daniel trains in Miami, right? Now, here's what I'm wondering. I wonder if Vanessa is quote unquote protective of Angela because she feels that Angela makes poor decisions, or is it because Vanessa just doesn't like having to share her time with her sister and anyone, because they already don't spend enough time, and Vanessa complains about that. So is it like, oh well, Angela has a boyfriend now, she's not gonna have enough time for me? Or is it because she's the older sister and she knows that Angela possibly makes quick and not so well thought out decisions? Is she being protective, or is she just being like clingy and needy? Which one is it? Why is this always the thing between them, right? Like, this is always the thing. Like, Angela could care less. Vanessa, she's like over emotional, overprotected. Like, what is it with them? I don't know. I wonder if it could be because Angela had a hands-on, if you know what I mean, and not in a good way, relationship in the past. Because remember, she came clean about that. She said that she was in a abusive relationship in the past. She didn't say who it was, but I wonder if that's what it is. That's why she's protective over her. I don't know. They're at a photo shoot and they're getting ready. They're always at a photo shoot working together. So that's a good thing, I guess, that they do work together. And Angela, she kind of throws it in Vanessa's face. That's how I took it anyway, that everyone has met Daniel. She's like, oh, JoJo's met him, such and such met him, mom and dad have met him. Everybody's met him. Now, Angela, you know good and well how Vanessa is. You know that Vanessa has not met your boyfriend. So why are you saying that, like, to just get under her skin? Like, why are you provoking her? Like, or, I don't know. Their dynamic is really weird. Do you think Vanessa needs some business of her own? Who's she dating? Maybe that's what it is. She needs some business. I don't know. Anyway, we move on to Brianna, who I think is wonderfully narrating this season thus far. I think they need to continue to keep her as the narrator somewhat of this show. She is very charismatic. She is funny. Yeah, she's entertaining. She definitely is. So she stops by TT's place. And isn't it interesting that these two have maintained a friendship, right? You would never think, right? It has nothing to do with like, it's just weird. Like Brianna's temperament is so different from TT's, or maybe it is, and TT is better at concealing it than Brianna. But I find that interesting that these two have maintained a friendship. Brianna, let me tell you something. I already see where the problem is going to be with Brianna this season. In these confessionals, she got a drink in her hand in each take. In this episode, one of the confessionals where she was narrating, she had her sunglasses on. She was talking about going to Jamaica because TT wants to go to Jamaica to get married. And Brianna's talking about edibles and she's ready to get lit. I see where this is going. I see that this is going. Anyway, shifting gears to Miami. Angela, she's unpacking, okay, and getting settled in Miami. Her mother calls her, so she's talking on the phone. She's like, oh my God, I gotta unpack. I have so much to do. Everybody's concerned about Angela asking her if she's not afraid because Daniel's a boxer. And Lord, that girl do move fast, but whatever. Now, remember when Angela left LA because she missed New York? Y'all remember that? And she said that New York is home. Now, all of a sudden, she was saying to her mother, oh, New York is so cold. I can't be in that cold. So now New York is too cold and she can't deal, right? Girl, we know you moved to Miami because of your man. It's okay. You grown. It's okay. You ain't got a front. All right. So now, here we go. With Pep and her fake mob boss persona and Lil Twist. Now, first of all, I knew that this was going to be hilarious because Twist is nothing but non-stop entertainment, and I am here for it. I am on Twist's side with the exception of a few things that he said. But Pep, you're not going to sun me. Like, you know, he's grown. Have a sit down with your children that you claim. Anyway, so they sit down to meet up. Now, Twist had every intention of being respectful. This is what he told the crew when he first revealed to them that he got a text message. He said, you know, I plan on being very respectful, but at the same token, he's a man. He's not your child, right? And he's not going to bow down and kiss the ring. Like, it's not happening. Pep, that's not even you. See, this is what I don't like about Pep not having any friends her age on the show, because you think that you can son all of these kids and these kids are going to look up to you like, oh, that's an OG. That's an OG. Please. So they sit down to meet. And again, in the scene, I'm just like annoyed already. You know, it's like, seriously, who the heck does she think she is anyway? So she confronts Twist about speaking negatively about Sam. I threw my hands up. I said to myself, Sam is not capable of speaking for himself. He has his guardian speaking, or ain't this interesting? Look what just popped into my head, y'all. Pep up. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Pep, why are you sticking up for this boy? Do you know how you look? You look like the help, if y'all know what I mean. You look like the help going out and doing his dirty work, confronting people about him. Why can't Sam confront Lil Twist himself? Yeah, because he knows better. Anyway, so Little Twist, he lost me a little bit because I don't know why he cares so much about what Sam is wearing or what he's doing, because Little Twist kept bringing up the fact that Sam was in a G-string shadowboxing on video. And he's like, you know, he looked crazy. He said he sold his soul. He said you should be worried about him, yada, 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 yada. Now, I get what he's saying, but I just don't think it's worth getting into it with anyone over. Like, and Pep even said, why are you so worried about, you know, his cakes? Because he just kept talking about him having a G-string on, and they kept showing the video over and over again. Listen, y'all have showed the video enough, okay? I was already traumatized the first scene of the first episode of this season. Enough, WeTV, please. So Pep, she starts defending Sam, and in his confessional, Twist says, cool down, cougar. Let me tell you, that man, y'all need to keep him on the show. He is funny as heck. So I like when Twist, you know, looks into the camera and addresses the viewers. He was like, America, you know, I'm not crazy. Sam is the crazy one. I love that. So hilarious. So Pep is really on some real talk, on some clown-ish. Like, Pep, you look like a straight clown. OG where? You're a lowercase O and a lowercase G at best. Okay? No one is scared of you. No one is intimidated by your tenure in hip hop. Okay? Like, I don't get it. You know, I just don't get why she's confronting anyone about Sam. Like, Sam should be able to speak for himself. He was doing all of that, beating up his chest in the house, and I make $3,500 a month, and you know, all this big talk. And he sends the help, Pep, and it seems like you've gladly accepted the role. Because why are you speaking up for him as if he is your son? You don't do that much for Tyrann. Anywho, I wonder if Pep will call a meeting with JoJo, because JoJo and Sam got into an argument at the birthday party before he left. So are you going to call JoJo and have a sit down with JoJo? Nah, you won't, because you know better. Like I said before, Angela Simmons is the one that signs your check, Pep. So you know who to fool around with. Fake tenure. OG. I'm an OG. Shut up. Then Pep, she goes into talking about homophobia in the hip hop community. I told y'all, episode 1 review, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. I told y'all that Pep is going to be the reason that I stopped reviewing this show. I'm telling you, I'm hanging on by a thread, and we're only on episode 2 of this new season. Sam is a clown and Pep is a clown. This conversation was ridiculous, and now you're throwing around the homophobic word. Now Lil Twist is homophobic. I don't like that fake ass outrage. I don't like when people use causes and they come up with all of this energy and I'm so offended. You know, the fake outrage. It's so Yo, Pep, you pathetic. How old is she? I don't even care. Sandy, ain't nobody scared of you. You need to cut it out, seriously. And that's where the episode ended. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be back next week. We shall see. I'm hanging on. But Pep, she got to go. It's either I'm going to go. Look, either I go or she goes. No, I'm kidding. But I might just skip over talking about her completely and just talk about everything else. But I can't take her. I'm done with her. And I'm done with this review. So, Royal Family, jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think that Twist was out of order? Do you think Twist is homophobic? Do you think Pep is just fake and possibly on some really, really strong and potent booger sugar provided by Sam? I'm signing off, Royal Family. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.